the arm to throw it a long way.
All the receivers can't exactly decide where they're lining up, but they are in the pattern somewhere. Manning waiting, 2 flags on the play. Look at that arm strength. Look at that move. Joey Kent down to the 26. 2 seconds on the clock, but there are flags.
Now the question is it against the offense or defense? If it's a defensive penalty, the play will stand and they'll try a field goal. But I think it's, yep, it is. It's illegal procedure against Tennessee. It's going to negate that long completion.
But Dave, did you see that throw from Peyton Manning?
Yeah, let's take another look at it. Right over the middle. Watch Manning, not under any pressure. Sees the crossing pattern right there and delivers a rope.
Illegal position on the offense. 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Clock's going to start on the 95th play.
Well, you talked about the confusion, and that's what happened. They didn't have 7 men up on the front line of scrimmage.
One more play. Well, now they let the clock go ahead and run out. First half is over. In the first half, Tennessee runs 49 plays. Kentucky runs 26. They only get a couple of first downs. They have a couple of turnovers. And last year when these two got together, it was 48-0. Tennessee beating Kentucky. 24-0 here. Let's check in with Bob.
Coach, give us your thoughts on the first half.
Well, I'm pleased with the lead, obviously, and I think we've run the football very, very well. We're stopping ourselves too much, and that's discouraging.
But your offensive line came out, set the tone on that first possession.
Set the tempo up front early. We hope to do that, and we're able to do that. Our running backs and line have played extremely well.
Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck second half. Philip Fulmer going to the locker room with a 24-0 lead over the Kentucky Wildcats. Back with halftime activities from Neyland Stadium in just a moment.
The Lee Apparel SEC Game of the Week is brought to you by Lee Apparel, maker of regular, relaxed, and easy-fit jeans and casual pants. Lee is the brand that fits. By the Jefferson Pilot Life Insurance Company, the vision to power your dreams. By Winn-Dixie, the low-price leader. By Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse. Lowe's knows home improvement. And by Hardee's, your tailgating headquarters and a proud partner of the Southeastern Conference.
It could only come from here. Canada, the home of ice. Molson Ice. Ice brewed by North America's oldest brewery to be colder and bolder. Yet smooth as ice. Molson Ice. From the land where ice was born.
To play your best game, it takes skill, dedication, and teamwork. Like the teamwork between Health South and the Southeastern Conference. Whether it's in the operating room, on the playing field, or on the road to recovery. Health South and the Southeastern Conference are dedicated to helping young athletes be their best. Health South, a proud sponsor of the SEC.
The SEC, 12 great schools with a history of excellence on the field, the court, and in the classroom. That's why we at Golden Flake are proud to be a corporate sponsor of the SEC in its activities like youth clinics and academic and scholarship programs. Golden Flake and the SEC, two traditions that give life in the South its unique flavor. Golden Flake, the favorite chip of the Southeastern Conference.
He's a private investigator.
I hear the lady screaming my name. Shane! Shane!
Where's Lorena Bobby when you need her?
She's his new partner.
Mike Tyson can beat Muhammad Ali.
That's right.
Mike Tyson can't spell Muhammad Ali.
Together, they're putting the competition to shame.
If you sing James Brown songs, dogs will not attack.
1, 2, 3. Keenan Ivory Wayans.
All the dogs on the right go, ooh, ooh. Get up.
Jada Pinkett.
Keep your day job.
A low-down, dirty shame. Rated R. Starts November 23rd.
Welcome back to Neyland Stadium. Both bands performing. The Kentucky band on the field now, the Pride of the Southland band from Tennessee coming on in just a moment. Tennessee, in its final home game of the season, leading the Kentucky Wildcats by a score of 24-0. It was interesting. Tennessee, of course, on the last play of the first half, got the procedure penalty, wiping out that long gain. Coach Philip Fulmer on the way to the locker room was trying to figure out who did what incorrectly, and so that just shows, even with a 24-0 lead, Coach Philip Fulmer striving for perfection with this Tennessee football team. Speaking of perfection, a guy almost near perfection, the quarterback of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Jay Barker, our SEC Player of the Week, and a big game today for him against the Auburn Tigers.
Our Molson Ice SEC Player of the Week is quarterback Jay Barker of the University of Alabama. Barker continues to do nothing but win as he led the Crimson Tide to an unbelievable 29-25 win over Mississippi State. Barker threw 3 touchdown strikes, completing 26 of 35 passes for 325 yards. Barker rallied the Tide from 10 back in the fourth quarter, engineering 2 touchdowns. The Tide clinched the SEC West and remains undefeated thanks to Jay Barker, our Molson Ice SEC Player of the Week.
And so Barker again trying to keep his remarkable string as a winning quarterback at Alabama going today. They take on Auburn in the Iron Bowl later today in Birmingham, Alabama. Each week, Hardee's will be honoring an SEC student athlete who gives back to the community. This week's Hardee's Rise and Shine for community service SEC Student Athlete of the Week is Tennessee's Alana Preston. The senior member of the Lady Vol Track and Field Squad is an active speaker at Knoxville area schools in the Say No to Drugs program. She also is a volunteer during Children's Hospital Week. Hardee's is proud to recognize Tennessee's Alana Preston and will donate $500 to the United Way in her honor. 24-0 Tennessee over Kentucky at halftime in the battle for the beer barrel. Back with more from Neyland Stadium at halftime in just a moment.
To succeed in football, it takes hard work, strength, and willpower. But most of all, it takes teamwork. It's that way off the field, too. Here at the United Way supported YMCA, I get a chance to help kids learn self-esteem, respect, and cooperation. By working together, they not only discover the way champions make it to the end zone, they find out how they can make it in life.
The SEC and United Way teaming up to make a difference.
Here on the Outback, we play our own brand of football. Outback rules. No sidelines. No time limits. No telling which way the boomerang will bounce. Just the ultimate goal. Great steak. Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right.
Many know the University of Kentucky only by its sports teams, but we have much more on the ball. A first-class research university, we're also ranked nationally for pharmacy, medicine, and business. And our students go on to become famous astronauts, distinguished Nobel Prize winners, best-selling authors, and even actresses. Sports are only a part of the University of Kentucky. Get to know it all.
For Tennessee's pioneers, education was a light in the wilderness. The frontier school they founded in 1794 would become the University of Tennessee. 200 years later, that light shines on. The lessons of the past and a vision of the future have made UT what it is today. A statewide university, proud of its heritage and committed to learning, growth, and public service.
What a setting for college football. Brilliant blue skies above for Kentucky, and then the stadium decked out in orange and white for Tennessee. Sellout crowd over 95,000 enjoying what they're seeing as Tennessee is leading Kentucky by a score of 24-0 here at halftime. One of the most competitive sports of the SEC is volleyball, and each week we'll be recognizing an outstanding student athlete from this sport. This week's SEC Volleyball Spotlight falls on senior setter Molly Mooney from the University of Tennessee, the heart and soul of the Lady Ball squad. Mooney is the all-time UT career leader in assists and currently ranked 6th all-time in the SEC. Tennessee's Molly Mooney, our volleyball spotlight on the SEC. Tennessee, of course, trying to end it on a good note for 19 seniors today, playing their final game at Neyland Stadium. One of those seniors is James Littleman Stewart. He hopes this will be a big moment for him today when he might set a huge record. Here's a look at Tennessee's talented tailback.
Your local Southeast Mercury dealer presents this mystique moment. 19 Tennessee seniors play their final home game today at Neyland Stadium. James Littleman Stewart is one of the seniors saying goodbye. The Morristown, Tennessee tailback is capping off a rather remarkable career. With 2 games to play, Stewart is well within reach of becoming the all-time leading rusher in Tennessee football history.
It's a big thing on my mind, but if I think about it too much when I'm playing a game, it kind of throws me off track, you know, because I'm trying too hard instead of just letting it come to me. And I think you have to approach games like that, just kind of get in the flow of the game and just let things happen, and then, you know, hopefully the big plays will come.
Stewart made an immediate impact in Tennessee in his first game. In his freshman debut, he rushed for over 100 yards, leading Tennessee to a win at Louisville.
Basically, when I came out as a freshman, I just wanted to come and play. I did not think I was going to get to play my freshman year like I did, but and continue to play, you know, play and help the team win games. It's just a big thrill for me, and has been for 4 years now, and I'm just looking forward to ending it on a good note.
Stewart's been a player Tennessee has been able to count on game in and game out. In fact, he's never missed a game with the Volunteers. His durability has given him a chance to set a lot of records, but the most important being the all-time leading rusher in school history.
That's been a great career, and I'm just looking forward to the final 2 games. Hopefully I can get that record.
This mystique moment has been brought to you by your local Southeast Mercury dealer, inviting you to test drive the all-new Mercury Mystique, on sale now.
And so the senior from Morristown, James Littleman Stewart, approaching 100 yards in this first half, but he needs 226 to get the record, the all-time leading rusher in Tennessee history. Pride of the Southland Band performing here at Neyland Stadium. We'll be back with more halftime after this word from your local SEC station.
On top of everything else you get in a Mercury Sable, it's nice to know you get to choose between a sedan or a wagon.
And for a limited time, get your choice of savings with 2.9% financing or $750 cash back. Sable offers dual airbags, air conditioning, available ABS brakes, and a smooth, comfortable ride. Sedan or wagon, 2.9% financing or $750 cash back. Hurry, this offer ends soon.
Mercury Sable at your Lincoln Mercury dealer now.
What makes a Dairy Queen frozen birthday cake so special? First of all, it's made with lots and lots of delicious Dairy Queen chocolate and vanilla soft serve, everybody's favorite. Plus, there's a layer of chocolate fudge and chocolate crunch. But the icing on the cake is you can get it decorated our way or your way. We treat you right, Dairy Queen. And to top off a terrific turkey dinner, nothing beats a Dairy Queen Thanksgiving cake.
A word from the new Dodge. Dodge Caravan is America's #1 choice in minivans. And only your friendly Dodge dealer has so many to choose from. The new Dodge. A word from the new Dodge. With the most powerful overall lineup of engines on the planet, Dodge Ram is changing the rules for trucks. Your friendly Dodge dealer will gladly provide a test drive at America's truck stop, the new Dodge.
If your engine isn't running like it used to, it may be time to come see us at Louisville Motor Exchange. We can replace that worn-out engine with a factory remanufactured engine at a fraction of the cost of a new car or truck. At Louisville Motor Exchange, we have been installing factory remanufactured engines for more than 40 years. And with factory-written warranties, you know you'll be getting the best engine and the best service. Louisville Motor Exchange, we're the engine people, now in our 2nd generation of giving courteous service and advice.
Welcome back to the University of Tennessee's Neyland Stadium. 24-0 Tennessee leads at halftime. A special ceremony going on out at midfield. That's John Ward, the longtime voice of the Tennessee Volunteers since 1968. He is also chairing the University of Tennessee's major fund campaigning, Century 21 for the Future. And today, John Ward announced he's making the largest ever contribution in the history of the University of Tennessee's athletics department. Doug Dickey, the athletic director there, and the crowd giving John Ward, the voice of the Vols, a standing ovation for his contributions, not only financially today, but since 1968 to the University of Tennessee. Now it's time for the Jefferson Pilot Scoreboard, brought to you by the Jefferson Pilot Life Insurance Company, the vision to power your dreams. South Carolina trying to go to a bowl game, leading in the third period against Clemson at halftime. Duke on top of North Carolina, 24-17. Elsewhere today, it is Syracuse beating Maryland 21-10. That's in the fourth. In the third, Virginia leading Virginia Tech 19-13. Also, Ohio State leading Michigan 12-3 in Columbus in the third. Also in the third, Boston College leading West Virginia 10-7. Wake Forest over Georgia Tech in the second. Penn State has bounced back against Northwestern in the second, 24-3. So that's a look at the scores from around the country. Here, Tennessee leads at halftime 24-0. Let's go back upstairs now to Bob and Dave.
All right, Bob, thank you very much. And back upstairs, I guess the picture looks a lot like it does downstairs. Total domination by the Volunteers in Kentucky, really just unable to move the ball at all.
Well, if you can't pass the football with any effectiveness, you're not going to move the football well. And they have not been able to mix up. Their play selection has just been terrible. They've run the ball 24 times. I think they passed 2 or 3 on that last drive. So they have not been able to pass the football. Tennessee has creeped up on them into the box, and they're now shutting down the run.
Well, that's a good way to put it. The offensive line took over early. They ran the football very well indeed. And at the 7:03 mark, Aaron Hayden went in from 2 yards to make it 7-0. After a missed field goal, John Bexford hit one from 39 on the first play of the second quarter, and it was 10-0 Volunteers. And then it was nice to see Billy Williams get a touchdown reception.
On this little dash outside, Manning finds him inside and gets Billy Williams, who's been hurt all year.
And then Peyton Manning, known for his passing, sees some opening to the right, and with 50 seconds remaining in the half, he goes in from 10 yards out, and the Vols lead at 24-0. They've run 49 plays at halftime, and Kentucky's run only 26. The total yardage, the rushing yards and passing, there's no contest right now. A couple of turnovers have not helped either.
You know, field position has been just terrible for Kentucky, and it's been outstanding for Tennessee. They started off their first 3 or 4 drives. They were in Kentucky's territory all game.
So those are the numbers on our forward halftime stats. Now, Dave, when you look ahead to a second half like this, what possibly can Bill Curry say to his team in the locker room to try to get something going?
Well, he did 3 or 4 things. He tried his different quarterbacks to try and spark his team. But what he needs to do is try to get a short passing game to keep Tennessee's defense honest. Their defense has been on the field the entire first half. You just cannot rely on your defense being in there that amount of time. So he's got to move the ball. He's got to find some plays that are pretty effective. He's got to get those 5 to 7 yard passes rather than looking for the 15, 18, 20 yard passes. So they've got to get first downs. They've got to move the football to even have a chance to get back in this football game.
Now, how about when you're way ahead like Tennessee is? What's the most important thing for them?
Well, the most important thing there is don't change your game plan until you're into the fourth quarter. They've been doing very, very well. Up front, they're controlling the line of scrimmage. You don't need to say, hey, we got a big lead, we're going to sit back and rest, because Tennessee has really come out prepared for this game. They've had a great game plan. They need to continue it.
All right, well, Penn State's ahead at halftime, so he's happy. Philip Fulmer's happy. Most everybody here in Knoxville is. Second half coming up, the Vols up by 24.
If you're the victim of poor produce, there's good news from America's Supermarket. Winn-Dixie's around-the-clock effort brings quality and variety from every corner of our land. Harvest fresh produce rushed to you without delay. So remember, nature makes the produce, Winn-Dixie makes the difference.
With its high-powered V8 engine, this Lincoln Town Car can get you wherever you're going very quickly indeed. But with an all-new interior that's been completely redesigned to be more accommodating and luxurious than ever, what's your hurry? Unless, of course, you happen to be on your way to your Lincoln dealer. The 1995 Lincoln Town Car. What a luxury car should be.
It's like a nightmare. I was scared, angry. Later I realized how lucky we were to be with Nationwide Insurance.
The robbery really devastated Don's family. Obviously, I got one of our claims people involved right away.
They were very supportive. They wrote us in advance and promised to get everything back to the way it was.
Being there and getting their life back to normal, that's what mattered most.
Nationwide is on your side.
pacing with your car is a great idea.
Especially when it's my new Grand Am.
Airbag, anti-lock brakes, 150 horsepower. This thing really moves.
What?
I said you're really starting to move.
Should have gotten it sooner, because your old car couldn't keep up with me.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, wait up!
Get a Grand Am for just $209 a month with $1,000 down.
Hey, where are you?
See your local Kentucky and a Pontiac Bag dealer.
Jefferson Pilot Sports' exclusive coverage of the Lee Apparel SEC Game of the Week is brought to you by Lee Apparel, maker of regular, relaxed, and easy-fit jeans and casual pants. Lee is the brand that fits. By your local Mazda dealers. By Nationwide Insurance. Check the yellow pages for the Nationwide agent nearest you. By Burger King, home of Whopper values. Get your burger's worth at Burger King. And by your Southeast Mercury dealers, who invite you to take a good look at a whole new mystique about the South. The new Mercury Mystique, on sale now.
24-0 Tennessee leads Kentucky as we get ready for the second half here in Knoxville. And the Volunteers have some things at stake as well. Final home game for 18 seniors. Most feel that after a season, most of the time when the SEC's had only 3 teams in the top 25, Mississippi State is now broken in. They don't play today, so they'll probably stay. Tennessee at 6-4, maybe. At 7-4, surely would become a top 25 team. And of course, there's the bowl picture. There are prospects of the Gator Bowl maybe for this team. Not Kentucky, but for Tennessee, it'll be next year for Bill Curry and company. They've got a lot of rebuilding to do. Of course, the SEC championship game winner goes to the Sugar Bowl. The second best team, the loser of that game, will go to the Citrus and play the runner-up from the Big Ten. It could be Tennessee and the Gator against one of those second-tier teams from the Bowl Coalition. And the SEC 4th and 5th place teams get very good bowls as well, the Peach and the Carquest, against respectively the ACC and the Big East. Tennessee went to the Citrus last year and lost to Dave Rowe's Penn State Nittany Lions 31-13. Looking for another good bowl this season. And they will get the football to start things off. Kentucky will kick it off.
I think Kentucky's the only team I've seen that when they win that coin toss, they do not defer. Everybody defers to the second half, but they wanted the ball to start the game.
Brian Savinsky with the kickoff. Sean Summers at his own 2. No, it's Nilo Sylvan. And he's got some room up the middle. And he'll jitterbug about to the 28-yard line. And that's where the Volunteers will start. They'll give him 27 on the return. Peyton Manning back to work. Just above 50% for 63 yards in the first half. He's throwing at a 61% clip this year. He's thrown for 7 touchdowns, has had 5 picked off, and make it 8 touchdowns with the pass today to Billy Williams.
And Bob, I talked with his dad up in the press box at halftime. Really interesting. He said the hardest decision was to allow Peyton to make his own choice. He said, my name's not real good in Mississippi right now.
There are some other things not good in Mississippi at the moment. Manning out to the wing, and Joey Kent, the sophomore out of Huntsville, Alabama, has it. Joey Kent's going to be a big-time player here. Came in leading the Vols in catches with 32, averaging about 13 yards a catch. A good downfield threat, and he's just a second-year player.
Boy, and you love to see that pass because he has great speed. They throw it out to him quick. Let him go one-on-one with that cornerback, and he can make a miss a lot of times.
Manning with a throw to the near side for Nilo Sylvan. They tried to isolate him out there on the corner, and he was able to break a tackle of George Harris before a couple of pursuing teammates caught up. David Snarden was one of them. But that's the play when they get Nilo out there and try to get him one-on-one with the corner, and hopefully the other guys have taken the safeties elsewhere.
Boy, and that's a threat when you've got Kent on one side and you've got him on the other side. That's tough to defend. Now they come back with the running plays.
Yeah, 2nd and 1.
Oh, heck, we'll try it again.
Nilo to the other side. Same guy has got him this time, George Harris. He wasn't about to let him get away again. Nilo a little off balance when he caught that ball. They even lost a yard. It'll be 3rd and 2.
And now you've got to think run. If you're a defensive player, it's almost as if you want to just challenge them. Come up in that box, say, hey, it's 3rd down and about 2 yards. We're at least going to stop the run. If you don't stop the run, the pass ain't going to hurt you here.
2 tight ends, David Horn and Scott Pfeiffer.
Look at them all up in that box.
Stewart. And he looks like he got the shoulder pads, the helmet, and the ball beyond 1st down yardage into Kentucky territory.
Well, Kentucky gambled that time. They said, hey, you are going to run. And they had 11 guys in what we call the tackle box. That's from tackle to tackle. Every player on Kentucky's team was up in that box.
Good average for little man today. Came in at 5.8. His 85 yards a game is 4th best in the SEC. He's 153 yards away from Johnny Jones. And he ran right into Kevin Mays. Now Kevin's quick, but James was a little quicker that time.
Yeah, you have to take a little bit more time when you have a switch block like that, where the center blocks back and the guard kind of pulls through the hole. You see the little switch right there? You see Mays coming to your picture, and he just runs right into the back of him.
A lot of folks thought Kevin Mays would have turned out to be a great defensive lineman had he not hurt a knee.
You remember Bob Kessling talked about a groin pull, and he comes out and sits down.
2nd down and 10. Stewart outside, then upfield. 1st down. Made his cut right at the perfect time. Left corner Stephen Hall had to make the stop. We asked Phillip yesterday about trying to get little man Stewart the record. He said, well, you know, we've got to win the ball game. I think he's fairly certain at this point he's going to win the ball game. So Phillip's going to give the ball to Stewart quite a bit. Well, he's got 142 yards to go.
Here comes an audible along the line.
And that play was stopped up pretty well by Robert Stinson, 94.
Well, I'll tell you, it's tough to go through a season 1-9 with all the hopes that Kentucky had after beating Louisville in that first game, and then to come in the rest of the season and everything go wrong. And Bill Curry, though, I want to tell you yesterday, Bob, as I sat and listened to him as he talked to his team, he didn't talk it down. He talked them all up. He said, listen, we can do whatever we make our minds up to. He said, I believe you're going to play well. I believe we've even got a chance to win.
2nd and 10. Some play action. Manning up top, left side. Touchdown, Tennessee. And it's Joey Kent again. Great play action by Peyton Manning. Froze the secondary. And Joey Kent was wide open. 38 yards.
You can't throw the ball any better than this. Look at the line protection up front. No time. Look at that. Just the great mechanics. And watch this. He never breaks stride. The safety never came over. He was playing the run pass action inside, the little run fake. And Manning just delivered a strike right on stride.
Yeah, the old offensive lineman likes plays like that. Expert strokes another one. And it's 31-0. Tennessee. There's a flag on the play. Joey Kent with his 4th touchdown catch of the year. You know, that was his longest catch of the season right there. His previous long, 31 at Mississippi State, and that one covered 38 yards. Get a good look at that young man. He's going to be creating headaches for opposing defensive coaches for quite a while in this league. And so's that young guy, too.
Here on the Outback, we play our own brand of football. Outback rules. No sidelines. No time limits. No telling which way the boomerang will bounce. Just the ultimate goal. Great steak. Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right.
All right, everybody, check the sides. Put one leg through. Spin around. Land on your back. Kick and pull. Blow air through your hair and try it again. And tap. And pump. And stop. And get real mad. Take 'em off.
Considering what you go through to put on those jeans, who needs an exercise program? Try Lee, the brand that fits.
Wild Dunes, South Carolina's premier oceanfront golf resort. Located just 15 miles from Charleston via the newly opened Isle of Palms connector, Wild Dunes offers 2 spectacular golf courses designed by Tom Fazio. The world-ranked links course hugs the Atlantic Ocean, while the challenging harbor course borders the intercoastal waterway. Wild Dunes customized golf packages start at just $69. Call today for more information and reservations. Wild Dunes, Charleston's Island Resort.
The all-new Mazda Protege has a remarkably big interior. After all, it's bigger inside than a Honda Civic, bigger than a Nissan Altima, even bigger than a 5 Series BMW. In fact, the only thing that's small about the Protege is its introductory lease price. The all-new Mazda Protege. Lease a well-equipped Protege DX for just $179 a month and $1,000 down.
11:18 to go in the third quarter, and the Vols have struck quickly. Joey Kent, a 38-yard rocket from Peyton Manning, and it's 31-0 as that Kentucky defense tries to catch its breath. They've been on the field quite a bit today. Earlier, it was the Tennessee run, and now the ball finding the end zone through the air. There was a penalty on the extra point play, and Tom Hutton rifles one out of there. Dave up in the booth with us. A guy who used to be known as Archie Manning, now he's known as Peyton's dad.
He certainly is known as Peyton's dad.
Archie, great to have you with us.
Thanks, Bob. Glad to be with you.
You should have gotten here about 5 seconds ago. Did you see that throw?
I was watching.
Okay.
I was watching.
What you think of the mechanics on that throw?
Well, it got in the end zone. Everything's satisfactory.
Now, you were a scrambling quarterback. You remember those days back when the old hair flowing and all over the place?
I didn't want to be a scrambling quarterback, Dave, but it was necessary at times.
Well, he certainly was. Peyton's got just tremendous mechanics, doesn't he?
Well, thank you. You know, he works at it. He has worked at it. He enjoys it a great deal. So, you know, we're very proud of him.
Well, a lot of early hype in that, with him being the National Player of the Year in high school, to obviously go to Mississippi. That must have been a tough decision for you to let him make his own choice. Is that what I understand?
Well, I don't think as a parent that's a tough decision. I think you got to let your children make decisions like that. It was a tough decision for Peyton, and he obviously has a lot of ties there, and it's a wonderful place. And he just didn't think that was best for him, everything considered. And so obviously Olivia and I wanted to support his decision, which we did.
Matt Hobby, the young quarterback of Kentucky, in there, and running off the right side is their fine young halfback, the sophomore Mo Williams.
Well, let me ask you a quick question, Archie. Back when we were playing college football, you didn't have to worry about coming out early. What do you think about Peyton in this situation?
We're certainly not going to talk about that. Peyton and I, we're very close. Obviously, we've had a lot of conversations about different things. We've never even discussed professional football. You know, he was just a couple months ago, he was playing in a small high school there in New Orleans, and now he's out there in this massive place. But that's something I think the college experience is a great experience, and I want him to get the whole experience.
That's wonderful.
2nd down and 7 as Hobby works out of the eye, and some play action. He's got a great arm, but he's not going to get anything away as the Volunteers are all over him. Archie, before we let you go, one more question. Who throws the ball harder, you or your son?
He can throw better than me. And he doesn't throw sidearm either like I did. He looks better doing it, right there.
He does. He has great mechanics. He throws way over top. You remember, you were under all that pressure when you had to run. Archie, we really appreciate you coming up here and being a part of our telecast. And we look forward to Peyton being out there for a lot of years and leading a great Tennessee team.
Well, thank you very much, Dave. I enjoyed being with y'all. Y'all do a great job.
Do you still yell "Go Saints"?
Oh yeah, every Sunday. Every Sunday we're fighting with the Saints.
That's Archie Manning. 3rd and 13. That's the nicest Dave Rowe's been to a quarterback in a long time. And the ball is tipped and intercepted at midfield. It's Craig King with the pick, and Tennessee has the ball back. Tennessee's 8th INT of the year, and they've got 2 of them today.
Boy, when you tip that ball at the line of scrimmage and that ball goes up, what you want your defensive backs is to react quickly. You see the trajectory of the ball, the way it's tipped. That slows the ball down. They yell fire, fire, and everybody gets to the ball in a hurry. Again, the ball just kind of gets tipped right there. You see the trajectory is off. Fire, fire, and all those defensive backs are running to the football knowing it's up for grabs.
Volunteers back to work after the big play by King. Brandon Stewart, the quarterback. And he steps up, flushed out to the left side, and he was tripped up initially by Robert Stinson, and then Howard Carter closed on him to finish off the play.
Bob, I really thought that was an interesting comment by Archie about his son, you know, not having put a lot of pressure on him. Obviously, he's got great talent, and he looks as if he's going to be a great professional prospect, but let him enjoy college.
I'm just glad to see quarterbacks are now speaking to you again, partner.
Well, we used to take those quarterbacks and make a wish. You know, grab each leg and make a wish.
2nd down and 8 out of a single back set with Mose Phillips a slot to the left. Aaron Hayden follows his block, and he's down across the 30, very close to another Tennessee first down. Next Saturday, we're heading for Nashville to close out our 13 weeks of SEC football. It's the Battle of Tennessee with the Volunteers and the Commodores. We're on the air at 12:30 Eastern Time, 11:30 Central Time from Vanderbilt Stadium. Next Saturday, that'll wrap up our SEC coverage for 1994. And the Volunteers, it appears, will be heading for 7-4 that day. Vanderbilt has a tough home game today, hosting the Gators of Florida.
I was trying to get my Dave Rowe fan club to go to Vanderbilt next week, but they say they're not going. They're going to watch it on TV.
Well, they could take a VW to that game.
Well, there's 4 of them. I mean, hey.
First down at the 29. Clock runs with less than 8:25 to go, 3rd quarter. Stewart talking to Mose Phillips and Aaron Hayden. Quick drop, quick look, and out to the left side. A quick pass and a quick hit.
Well, you have to respect that speed at wideout, so the cushion that the defensive corner keeps back off him is about 5 to 7 yards. He runs about 4 yards, turns around, bam, the ball's there, and the defense back's got to come up and make a tackle. If you come up too soon, it's the old turn and go long.
Keogh Wilson on the hit, and that reception was Andy McCullough. He's one of those outstanding freshman receivers. He's out of Dayton, Ohio. That was just his 2nd catch of the year. I've got Marcus Nash, Courtney Epps, Maurice Staley, and then this one down inside the 15-yard line. That is Andy McCullough again. So he catches 1 pass all year against the Florida Gators. Now he's got 1 and then a 12-yard reception.
Watch all the people on the line. Nobody in the secondary, just dumps it over his head. Safety's got to come up. Don't miss the tackle. Almost got a face mask on the play.
McCullough goes 6'4", 210. He's also going to play a little hoops. 6'4", 210. That's a pretty good small to power forward combination. And the roll from Stewart, looking to run. Cuts it upfield. And he runs into a wall at about the 7-yard line by the name of Mike Schlegel. At 6'2", 210, the quarterback running into a 6'5", 251 left tackle. Tennessee's got some good young receivers. We talked earlier that Joey Kent's only a sophomore. And look at these guys. Those are their high school numbers. Maurice Staley out of Charlotte, McCullough out of Dayton, and Nash out of Tulsa.
36 touchdowns between them.
And into the end zone goes Aaron Hayden again. 8 yards on that one, and the Vols are back into the checkered end zone here at Neyland Stadium. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the day and the season.
This is just power football right up the middle. Find that little seam, get to the line, put that head down, and burst into the end zone. And boy, you have to credit that big offensive line. As Bob Kessling said, they set the tone early. They are continuing to set the tone.
Stewart's getting the yardage. Hayden's getting the touchdowns today. And Bexford keeps getting the extra points. He's got 5 of them today, and he's got 150 straight. Total domination by the Vols, 38-zip. Back after a word from your local stations.
Start your day an original way. Wake up to Williams. Every morning you know something good's on the way when you wake up to Williams. A slice of the country as good as can be. Farm fresh taste from a family recipe. Wake up to Williams. Wake up to Williams. Wake up to tradition. Wake up to flavor. Williams country sausage. Wake up to the taste.
For the first time ever, the car that changed everything is having a sale on many of its most popular options. And that can save you a lot of change during the Dodge Intrepid Equipment Sale.
Give me two 59-cent tacos.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We don't have any.
This is Taco Bell, right?
Correcto.
What happened to your 59-cent tacos?
They're 45 cents.
For a limited time, Taco Bell's original 59-cent tacos are now 45 cents. Hurry in for the same great taste of seasoned beef, crisp lettuce, and real cheddar cheese in a crunchy corn shell for just 45 cents.
And your change?
All right. All kinds of change.
Change is good.
Change is good.
You know, at AutoZone, we know our customers work just as hard as we do. So we're open when they need us, at night and on Sundays. And since 2 million folks each week count on AutoZone for what they need when they need it, we're not about to let them down. That's why we carry so many parts and why we price them so low every day. You see, selling top quality parts at low prices every day is how we make a living. But helping customers, well, that's how we make friends.
Harold Dennis sort of feels like the Maytag repairman at the moment. Loneliest guy in town waiting for another Tennessee punt. There's only been one all day long. Hope we see him.
Well, Bill Curry told us that he would be in the second time they punted.
They've only had to do it once. Last two Kentucky possessions, interceptions leading to touchdowns. Cats about to get it back with 6:32 remaining, third quarter. And it's Keo Sanford at the goal line, back into the end zone and right back out and right down around the 12-yard line. Corey Gaines on the tackle. There's a flag at the 16-yard line.
Oh, was that flag late?
A painful season for the Wildcats. Some 16 seniors playing for the final time today.
On the run back, blocking the back, on the return team, half the distance, find the ball, first down.
You know, Bill Curry told us something yesterday that was really something that made you stop and think. He said his kids are being told on a consistent basis by media, by fans, by friends, that they're not SEC caliber players. He said along with the losing and the stats and the numbers and all that, the fact that his kids are being told that by so many people, I think has hurt them as much this year as anything, including the 1-9. It's got to be tough when people don't consider you on the right level to be playing where you are. First man through is the fullback, Michael Woodfork. So there's a lot of work to do in Lexington. But I'll say one thing for the Kentucky program, Dave. If you're a coach and you're having problems and you have C.M. Newton as your athletic director, things could be a lot worse. That is one of the classiest gentlemen in all of college athletics. And so far, C.M. has stood behind his man 100%. And he's to be saluted for that. Some ADs would not make that commitment. Second down and 6. And a flag.
I think they caught the left guard moving.
Before the snap, movement in the line, on the offense, half the distance, still second down.
You know, you talk about support of a coach. It's awfully hard to go 1-9, going into a season, go 1-10. If you don't lose your focus, there's a lot more to life than just winning football games. And Bill Curry's certainly a winner. I played against him. I remember in pro football, he was a winner there. He's been a winner wherever he's gone. He can turn this program around. It's going to take a little bit of time, but if they have confidence in him, he teaches the proper things about football, puts it in that proper perspective.
On second down and 11, Raymond McLaurin with the carry. The second carry of the day, and Billy Barron. And there's some rough stuff downfield. Looks like a pair of 57s are dueling. Leland Taylor of Tennessee, Dan Carruthers, the center for Kentucky got into it downfield.
Now, the fighting rule is one of the big changes in college football this year. If you fight in the second half, you're out the second half plus the next game.
Well, Carruthers, obviously a senior. There's nothing ahead for Kentucky. Leland Taylor, just a sophomore for Tennessee, and they've got a game next week at Vanderbilt.
There's a personal foul against Kentucky and personal foul against Tennessee, so it's offsetting penalties. Maybe we can take a peek at this, the tail end. There you are on the top of your screen. That's just kind of blocking them off the line. Oh, that's just hand checking. That's a little push.
After the play, personal foul on the offense, personal foul on the defense, ejection for each team. By rule, an automatic first down.
So they're both out. Carruthers and Taylor. That was Barry Jones you saw coming in for a little late activity there, and he didn't get whistled for anything. So there goes Leland Taylor, who's the starting right tackle for Tennessee. His backup's a couple of redshirt freshmen, Trey Teague and Bill Duff. And there's Carruthers who leaves, and his backup is DeAnthony Honecker for Kentucky.
And think of that rule now. Taylor, if I understand that rule correctly, Taylor will not be able to play in next week's game.
At Vandy.
Well, the first half, I should say, he will not be able to play.
Third down and 7. Now we just heard automatic first down from the official, so it's first down with the ball at about the 9.
Oh, and finally the crowd gets a little bit into it.
With an option right to the short side of the field. There's just nowhere to go over there. And the primary reason is number 7, Jason Taylor, with his 7th tackle today. Well, looks like the Gamecocks are looking good for a bowl game, doesn't it? 24-7. Carolina and Duke having quite a shootout in the ACC. Syracuse and Maryland. Big East and ACC there, and the Cavaliers on top. Ohio State. Some feel John Cooper has to win that game to save his job today. Penn State all over Northwestern at the half, and the Commodores are hanging tough early against the Gators. Second down and 8. Trying to feel his way through there and getting some decent yardage is Donnell Gordon.
At least they get up to close to that first down marker. They've got the run pass option. They're going to be about third down, about maybe 2 yards to go. They've got a little bit of an option that they can throw here. Bring in some wideouts, so that's surprising.
Third down and 2.
Quarterback has to go over and tell the tight end, no, you're on the other side.
Chris Davis over to the right side.
Look at Tennessee creep up there.
Oh, what a hit. Craig King, the first man there. Michael Woodford looked up, and all he saw was 2 big number 4s coming at him.
Boy, right in his nose. Bam. You talk about a smash mouth football. That smash mouth, they creeped up a little bit. They got in the box. Watch when he gets this football. Bam. That's head-to-head contact.
Wow. Craig King, a sophomore, out of that gorgeous town, Asheville, North Carolina, up there in the mountains. That was a majestic hit. Here's Nicky Nichols. Strokes this one well. Back to the 40-yard line. Sean Summers, room to the near side, tiptoeing his way. And he went out of bounds back at the 39.
And Bob, on that play, they tried to reverse, and it really faked out the coverage team. They bid on the reverse. They saw the action. You'll see when he catches the football. Look at the reverse action right there. You see people running right towards the fake.
44 on the kick, 18 on the return. 3:37 to go, third quarter. 38-0.
And if your license plate number is 039 EYC, call within 30 seconds to win $100,000. That's right. Call 555-2445 now, and that money is all yours. We're waiting, but you better hurry. There's only 20 seconds left. Call 555-2445 now. Hurry. Boy, 100 grand on the line and only seconds left to claim it.
Need a little more room in your jeans?
3, 2, 2, 1.
Try Lee, the brand that fits.
My store is my life. I've given it everything. To me, there's nothing else like it.
At Nationwide Insurance, we believe that every business is different. Each one has its own needs. You have to.
They've helped me with my home and car insurance, so I knew we could develop a plan to protect my business.
The last thing Bob needs to worry about is insurance. That's my job.
Nationwide is on your side.
When you said you were starting your own business, everyone just laughed and laughed. Today, the bank called. Your small business loan is approved. And you just had to laugh a little bit yourself. Now for some serious fun. The Mercury Cougar XR7 with a luxurious wraparound cockpit interior and a 205 horsepower V8 that just flat out kicks. It's affordable, too. Oh, yeah, you're going places.
Due to exceptionally nice weather, my office is closed today, but do leave a message.
You know, I've been thinking, if economists know so much, why aren't they all rich? Have you thought about that? I mean, they talk about macroeconomics, microeconomics, elasticity of demand, but it all sounds so complicated to me. The truth is, money is money, and you need a place to put it. Watch it grow and get some when you need it. It just doesn't need to be more complicated than that.
Philip Fulmer's team in total control, 38-0. They've run it well, they passed it well, and they're throwing a shutout. And Bill Curry just looking for some way to motivate his troops. First down at the 39 after the good punt return. Brandon Stewart at the controls. James Littleman Stewart trying to get outside. Rob Manchester had a shot at him, and he kept on going. And with one of the great gentlemen in all of athletics, here's Bob Kessler.
You got that right, Bob. A great gentleman. Sam Newton, your football team has had one of the most terrific or terrible seasons in history. Can you talk about the future of this Kentucky program?
Well, you know, this year has been one of those crazy years that you just hope you never have. I've got a lot of confidence in our coaches and our young athletes, and I think we'll get the thing straightened out. We're certainly going to hang in there with them and give them the support they need to do it.
You've been a coach, so you know the ups and downs of this. Is it a situation where you can kind of empathize a little bit with Coach Curry?
Oh, I can empathize totally with our coaches and players. I've been through it. There's nothing more difficult than to build a program, and you know, we thought we had the thing just about turned after last year. For whatever reasons, we've taken some real steps back this year, but I'm still satisfied that we got the right combination of people in place to make it happen.
I guess that is also a vote of confidence for Coach Curry is what he needs now to make sure the recruiting process continues.
Well, you know, I'm not so sure it's a vote of confidence as much as it is just doing what is
really what you think you have to do for this program. We could put a Band-Aid on it and make a change, but I don't see where that would make any difference. I think that the thing we've got to do is hang tough, and we're a lot closer than I think a lot of people think we are, and hopefully we'll make that turn back next year.
Sam, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Bob.
Sam Newton, the athletics director at the University of Kentucky.
Former basketball coach at Vanderbilt. His career ended very unfairly. In the NCAA tournament one year, he had to play Notre Dame on St. Patrick's Day. That is not fair. Second down and 1. Stewart. And inside the 5-yard line, Brandon to James, the Stewart connection. And it'll be first and goal for the Volunteers.
And you know, Bob, we've been talking about Melvin Johnson, number 25, 118 tackles. Center fielder, look at this, come up, force it back inside, and he's a sure tackler, holds on. Well, he has played well at that, we call that the free safety position, where he's just free to roam along. He plays both pass coverage and comes up on run support. He's been a real plus for Kentucky.
David Cutcliffe says he reads and he goes, and he does them very quickly. First and goal at the 4. And looking for the score is Littleman Stewart, wrapped up near the line of scrimmage after a gain of a couple by Robert Stinson, the right tackle, playing his final game today, and he's got 5 tackles up front. Well, he went for 211 against Georgia, and he's over 100. James Stewart on that Doak Walker list, top senior running back in the country. This tailback combination, Stewart and Hayden, 1,485 yards, an average of 6 a carry coming in. 2nd and 1. Stewart, yes, into the end zone. And James has his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
That's the way you want your running backs to run the football. Knowing how far they have to get for that touchdown and just kind of knifing through. Didn't try to use that strength to go through there. Just saw a little bit of a slice to the inside. Just made that little adjustment and into the end zone he went.
And John Becksford out for another point after as Stewart continues his fine afternoon.
Now, what did you say about Becksford? Doesn't have a chance? He's sure making up for it today.
Well, this would be his 6th extra point of the day.
He needed 157.
Yeah, he's now at 151. Carlos Huerta of Miami, the all-time record. And it's 45-0.
Again, you want your running back to find that little seam. Now watch the little adjustment right there, the little slide through, turn those shoulders, and break the plane of the end zone.
Last year in Lexington, Tennessee beat Kentucky 48-0. It was Kentucky's worst loss in 70 years. This year they had a worse one when they lost at Florida 73-7, and the Volunteers are putting another one on them today. 1:20 to go, 3rd quarter. You know, the SEC has a great weekend coming up surrounding the SEC championship game in Atlanta. At the Georgia World Congress Center, you can call that number for ticket information. But along with that, they'll have a Living Legends dinner, a great luncheon featuring the competing coaches, Gene Stallings and Steve Spurrier. Guys like Leroy Jordan from Alabama, Arkansas's Lance Allworth will be there, Jimmy Taylor from LSU, Charlie Connerly of Ole Miss. A great player representing every program in the SEC will be there for you to listen to and maybe even visit with. Hope you enjoyed the weekend if you can get to Atlanta.
Boy, they were some great players. As you named those names, I was thinking along Leroy Jordan. Too small to play. Couldn't play, right? How many years did he play? Played 10 years, 12 years with Dallas. You named Jimmy Taylor. Boy, who'll ever forget Jimmy Taylor with the Green Bay Packers. The great Horning-Taylor backfield combination.
There's Billy Jack Haskins out of Paducah, the Kentucky quarterback, 4th stringer. Hey, you can go to that weekend and have a chance to tackle George Rogers from South Carolina.
Oh, boy.
Nobody else could.
He's got a road named for him down there, right next to the stadium.
It ought to be an expressway. And the carry for Mo Williams, nothing doing there. What a weekend that'll be in Atlanta. Hope you folks who are headed for the SEC championship game can be a part of all that. It's going to be a great weekend, and as the league makes the move to Atlanta.
Now, who would you pick for Tennessee? Now, I would have picked Doug Atkins. That's the greatest defensive end to ever play football. But Bob Johnson's awfully good at center.
Play action by Haskins. Out to the right side, off the hands of Chris Davis, the tight end.
Guess who they picked from Arkansas?
Lance Allworth.
Absolutely. Bambi. Too small. Can't play. But about 10, 11 years later, they were saying, what a player he is.
Bill Wade from Vanderbilt. Johnny Baker from Mississippi State. Tracy Rocker from Auburn. Neil Anderson from Florida. Charlie Trippi from Georgia. Babe Parilli, the great Kentucky quarterback. Now we've told you about a player from every team in the SEC. Haskins with play action and across the middle. Ball should have been caught. Clyde Rudolph.
Should have been. Should have been. You can't hit a receiver. And look at him. He's just a freshman out there. He's saying, hey, give me a shot here. Nice drop as he gets back in the pocket. Now watch this. Right across the middle. You've got to look the ball in. Don't couch it against your body. Comes right in, bounces right down. You can't hit him any better than that.
30 seconds to go before the 4th quarter. Nicky Nichols will punt again. He's up over 60 punts on the year. Nilo Sylvan at the 34. He's by the first wave, and he'll get about 12 on the return. 38-yard kick. David Snarden with the tackle, and the Volunteers back to work with 18 seconds to go. 3rd quarter in a 45-0 blowout here in Knoxville.
Well, you know, there's one quarterback they haven't tried for Tennessee. Young man that we saw real early in the season got hurt.
Todd Helton.
God help him.
Yeah, he's back and healthy now for the first time since that Mississippi State game. Peyton Manning is the man they call on here.
Of course, Helton's career is going to be in baseball, I believe.
Yeah, they think he'll be a top 5 draft pick when the baseball teams make their amateur draft next year. Look at Stewart. Boy, Kentucky territory done around the 45, a gain of about 9. That'll be the last play, by the way, of the third quarter.
I was going to say, did you see him freeze the cornerback Wilson when he came up there, Jamie? That little stutter step, stepped right around him, and off he went.
That's it for the third quarter in Knoxville. Little man Stewart coming up big today. 45-0 Vols.
Canada. It's a land like no other, with a beer like no other. Molson Ice. Ice brewed by North America's oldest brewery to be colder and bolder. Yet smooth as ice. Molson Ice, from the land where ice was born.
He's an ex-cop. Blinking black will be the last thing you see. She's an ex-thief. Are you throwing a get-out-of-jail-free card with this outfit? Together,
I told you, he'll be right down.
they're about to put the competition to shame.
You sing James Brown songs, dogs will not attack.
Keenan Ivory Wayans. A low-down, dirty shame.
Keep your day job.
Rated R. Starts November 23rd.
If you're the victim of poor produce, there's good news from America's Supermarket. Winn-Dixie's around-the-clock effort brings quality and variety from every corner of our land. Harvest fresh produce rushed to you without delay. So remember, nature makes the produce, Winn-Dixie makes the difference.
The all-new Mazda Protege is an unusually safe car. Because on top of its dual airbags, it has a unique frame designed to help pass the impact of a head-on collision around the passenger cabin instead of through it. The all-new Mazda Protege. When it came to safety, we didn't spare a thing. A lease a well-equipped Protege DX for just $179 a month and $1,000 down.
Back for the fourth quarter. Welcome back to our Lee Apparel SEC Game of the Week. Bob Carpenter, Dave Rowe, Bob Kessling on our SEC stations and on Prime Network around the country. 15 minutes to go. Tennessee 2nd and 1 at the 45. Straight ahead. Little man Stewart. Let's check our Lee Apparel game summary. After 3 quarters, the total yards, a 302-yard difference before that last play.
That's incredible to have 88 yards at the end of the third quarter. That's just no offense. That's just putting such a burden on your defense. They've been out there the entire game.
We told you at the start of today, Kentucky was giving up 266 yards a game on the ground. Almost that much already today. And Stewart a breather. Flag carry for his buddy with a flag on the play. Aaron Hayden. Aaron Shawtez Hayden, the senior out of Mumford High School in Detroit. Those two are best friends, James and Aaron. They've been through a lot together here. Both will finish at least in the top 7 all-time in Tennessee rushing. And that's on a pretty good list. Personal foul against the Cats. Let's check in with Bob Kessling.
Tyrone Hines, of course, when he shifted to middle linebacker, that really helped rejuvenate the Tennessee defense. Well, there are a couple other Hines brothers. Dexter is a senior at Brownsville High School, and he's also got a brother, Carlos, who is a junior. Both outstanding players, so there might be a time where there might be 3 Hineses terrorizing offenses in the Southeastern Conference.
Hines 57 in the middle there somewhere. Well, the UT defense, 16 points a game their last 5 games. Since the move was made to get Tyrone in there and move Ben Talley to a down position. First down at the 19, quick opener. And it's Chester Ford who backs up Mose Phillips at fullback with the carry. First time we've seen him all year. That was his first carry of the season. He's a 5'11" sophomore who goes 250 out of Danville, Kentucky, a former USA Today Player of the Year there. Great blocker. In a 45-0 game, he finally gets to carry the football.
Aren't you glad they realigned those numbers a little bit so you can see them? They're so much clearer now than they were.
Well, that's because the sun's not shining on the field at the moment. Second down at 6. Manning looking to Hayden. Breaks a couple of tackles. And then up to get him was George Harris from strong safety.
And Bob, you look at what's gone wrong for Kentucky today. We talked earlier about not shedding those blockers and making it to the tackle. They just have their defensive backs are making tackles all day. Today, they've just been all over the place.
James Stewart after Johnny Jones within 100 yards now. Aaron Hayden moves up to the number 6 spot today. Came in with 19-11, so he's got 74 yards today.
I think he was just up there talking to Coach saying, hey, Coach, listen. I got a good chance to get a few more yards here, move up a little bit. How about getting me in there?
Well, Hayden in there. Howard Carter, excuse me, that was Jay Graham on that carry. David Snarden there with Carter on the stop. Jay Graham, a sophomore of Kannapolis, North Carolina. And George Harris and his buddies have been busy in that secondary making tackles again.
There's been so many tackles made by defensive backs today, and that's not what you want.
22 of them.
Yeah, 22 tackles by the defensive backs.
On 4th and 2. Manning. And the quick opener for the fullback, Chester Ford. His second carry of the year. It's a 1st and goal. Look at that. They're after him, boy. 51, Brent Gibson says, yeah, let's get the second teamers getting it done.
This is power football. Control the line of scrimmage. You see the little seam. Keep those legs going, turning, twisting, picking up that first down yardage. Now, some people would think that Phil Fulmer's trying to run up the score, but he certainly is not. In this situation, running the football, keeping it on the ground.
All they're doing is running up the field.
Yeah.
Little delay. Graham, nice move. 3rd consecutive tackle by George Harris, who has 9 on the day. And the Vols are very close to the goal line.
Boy, that was a stick by Harris, too. Wow, did he come up.
Beleaguered secondary. We told you they lost 3 starters from last year, and they're making 1 million tackles back there this season.
Well, look at, when's the last time you saw a defensive back with a neck brace? George Harris has got a neck brace on. That's how many tackles he's made back there.
From the 1, Graham. And he angles in for the touchdown. Jay Graham has his first rushing touchdown of the year. Aaron Hayden got a couple, and it's Graham in from 1 yard out here 4 minutes into the 4th quarter.
Again, you don't get penetration, you're not going to stop him from getting in the end zone. They don't get penetration. He runs into the end zone almost standing straight up. There's George Harris, number 8. You see the neck brace on the back of his neck. He's coming from the outside. He's a real go-getter, but he just didn't get there in time.
And here comes a 7th extra point attempt for John Bexford. That's 152 in a row. And with 11:10 remaining in the football game, it's Tennessee 52 and Kentucky nothing.
When my doctor said to start exercising, I knew I wasn't 25 anymore. But that's when I called Bill, my nationwide insurance agent.
Jim had some questions, so we did a nationwide care review. We talked about his financial plan, life insurance, disability coverage, even retirement.
Yeah, we covered everything.
It turns out Jim was okay just the way he was.
Insurance-wise, right?
Right.
The care review from Nationwide, because things change.
Nationwide is on your side.
You spend half your life on the road making other people happy. Every day is another big meeting with another big client. So what are you going to do for you? The Mercury Grand Marquis, Florida's best-selling full-size car, with a whole new interior that's more accommodating than ever, including the added safety of standard dual airbags, and ranked by J.D. Power and Associates as best model in its price class and initial quality. So what are you waiting for?
Hi, I'm on my other line right now, the one where the fish are biting, but leave a message.
Making it to the pros takes
takes a certain level of excellence, the experience to get the job done right, and a reputation for quality. Like top-quality CarQuest batteries, professional technicians know that CarQuest batteries perform each and every time. For sure starting power, CarQuest won't let you down. So for the best possible performance, install what the pros install. CarQuest. Welcome to the pros.
Take a break from the daily routine. Drive to work in an all-new Chevy Camaro. Make your commute an adventure. Okay, so we got a little carried away. But hey, in the all-new Chevy Camaro, there's a fine line between fantasy and reality.
Experience the all-new Camaro at your Kentuckiana Chevy Geo dealer.
See you there.
52-0 Volunteers. Philip Fulmer still talking to his crew on the far sideline, and they're near a 6-4 record now. Very decisive verdict here at home today. P.O. Sanford at his own 8 for Kentucky. Got away from one man on special teams, still on his feet, out to the 27-yard line, and they never did knock him down. Well, they say they remember what you do in November. Look at the Vols. The only loss 4 years ago to Notre Dame, ranked number 1 at the time, a 5-point loss. Total domination in the month of November.
I guess you would call that nasty in November.
And usually when they look in their Christmas stocking, there's a bowl game in there somewhere because of those Novembers. Haskins, the quarterback again for Kentucky. Donnell Gordon on the carry. And a guy who had a very short season for the Volunteers, senior quarterback Jerry Colquitt with Bob Kessler.
Yeah, 7 plays for Jerry. They got hurt in the UCLA game, but you got to run through the tee. But you might not be done here at Tennessee, right?
That's right. I might be the first player in Tennessee history to run through the tee twice. But, you know, if I get this next year, I'll be real happy that I get it. And if not, then I'll try to go on into the NFL.
Yeah, you're going to apply for medical redshirt. Where does that stand right now? Have you applied yet?
Yes, we've already applied, but we won't get a reply from the NCAA until about mid-December.
So the situation now, you still want to play at Tennessee, but if that's turned down, you're willing to go ahead and try the NFL now.
That's right. You know, I've been making preparations. If I don't get this appeal, and I think if I don't get it, then things will turn out right just anyway.
Jerry, I know a lot of Tennessee fans are very appreciative of what you've done for the program, and wherever you go, we hope you the best.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Jerry Colquitt, Tennessee's excellent senior quarterback.
Had to wait a long time to get his chance because of a guy named Schuler. Ran the ball once, threw it 4 times, and the season came to an end at UCLA. Up the middle, looking for the tight end, Chris Davis.
Well, you know, Bob, that's not an oddity in the NCAA to give that 6th year for the competition. It's happened before, so he has a good shot at it. He had sat behind Schuler for a number of years and said, this is my big chance, and as you said, only got to run, 7 plays. So it's something that has happened before. They have granted that, and it certainly would be nice. But then what do you do with that fellow named Manning and, of course, that other fellow named Stewart?
I think you keep throwing them out there. 2nd and 10. And the carry from Donnell Gordon. Not much there. Let's check in on our Nationwide Insurance SEC Scholar Athlete of the Week. He's that guy who keeps winning. Jay Barker at Bama. He's a senior with a 3.10 grade point in sports fitness management. And Jay, who engineered another great comeback last week and has to face Auburn this week, is our Nationwide Insurance SEC Scholar Athlete of the Week. What a career in Tuscaloosa.
What is he, 33-1-1? Is that his record as a starter?
33 out of 35.
That's incredible.
Haskins with a little swing out to the left side. Donnell Gordon, not much to work with. And the Cats will kick again. And some SEC All-American honors have rolled in this week. Eric Zier, of course, the Georgia quarterback, who's had a great year. Jack Jackson of Florida, the explosive wide receiver and kick return man. And Alabama's reliable kicker, Michael Proctor. He's helped Jay Barker win some of those games. Congratulations to those fine young men of the SEC. Pretty good kick by Nichols. Sean Summers with a fair catch at the foul 15. They won't know how to act starting a possession way back there. 42 yards on the kick. 8:30 remaining in a 52-0 game.
When your job puts you in a world of hurt, you need powerful relief.
BC Power.
No matter where you're hurting, you need the power of BC.
BC Power in the powder. The power of BC.
When you need strong relief, BC Powder stops pain fast.
The power of BC.
Okay, I'm at BP talking to cars about Super 93. So how do you feel?
Oh, much cleaner, refreshed.
You feel cleaner?
We don't have all of that garbage that goes up through the fuel injectors.
Keeps the fuel injectors a lot cleaner. You know, it's better for the engine.
You want me to show you how I run when I had a 93 in me?
Yeah.
Just that smooth.
Well, there you have it. 9 out of 10 cars, when asked, recommend BP Super 93. BP on the move.
I purr like a kitten.
That's great.
My Mercury Villager is a minivan that drives like a car, so I call it a sport coupe for 7 people. It can help you handle the curves and help you handle your finances with value like this. Amazing when you consider Villager comes with V6 power, 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, airbag, and a sliding rear seat for quick loading. Villager, there's no mini in this minivan. Mercury Villager at your Lincoln Mercury dealer now.
Give me 2 59-cent tacos.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We don't have any.
This is Taco Bell, right?
Correcto.
What happened to your 59-cent tacos?
They're 45 cents.
For a limited time, Taco Bell's original 59-cent tacos are now 45 cents. Hurry in for the same great taste as seasoned beef, crisp lettuce, and real cheddar cheese in a crunchy corn shell for just 45 cents.
And your change?
All right. All kinds of change.
Change is good.
Change is good.
Lance Wheaton's first snap ever as the Tennessee quarterback. And he gave it off to Jay Graham for a big gainer there. Lance Wheaton, number 15, a senior out of Kingston, Tennessee. He's been the scout team quarterback for 3 years, and he just got to snap it between the lines for real for the first time ever.
What a thrill. A senior. Get that opportunity. That's wonderful.
Come on, let's see him throw it here.
That's right. Give him one shot.
8:05 remaining. 52-0 Tennessee. And he will turn and give it to Graham again, who breaks a tackle or two. And they'll be left with third and about 3 or 4.
On the carry, what's about?
Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouses invite you to come by and register for a trip for 2 to the Outback Steakhouse Gator Bowl. The Fowls could be there. Airfare, accommodations, tickets, all provided by Lowe's. Lowe's knows home improvement. Second down and 5. Graham got tripped by one of his offensive linemen, Brad Lampley, who was laying on the turf after being blocked out. Lampley, the third stringer at right guard.
You know how you can never catch our truck in a mistake? They have already updated. Lance Wheaton and said that he was the big factor in the orange and white game in the spring.
Great to see him get a chance to play. 7 minutes remaining in the season of Kentucky. Tennessee plays at Vanderbilt next week. It's our Lee Apparel SEC game of the week at 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central. Graham twisting and turning. And he was bumped to the turf by Roger Sullivan, who's closing out his career out of McKeesport, PA.
Hey, you know what a second punt means?
Hopefully, we'll see Harold Dennis of Kentucky. There he goes. Bill Curry talking about this courageous young man out of Radcliffe, Kentucky, Harold Dennis.
Well, he's incredible. He's a great man way before his years, beyond his years and before his time, before he should have had to be a great inspirational leader. He has made himself into that.
And the kick will fall at the 27 and come back a couple of yards. And Harold Dennis, just moments after Lance Wheaton stepped on the field for the first time, he gets to do the same. Now he's got another little story to add when he goes out and speaks to kids and to youth groups about some of the decisions to make in life and some of the things he's been through. Great story.
And how do you like that? He's already talked to a coach saying, now look, I had the angle on that. I could have blocked that.
You should have put me on the outside.
That's right. That's marvelous.
First down with 5:58 remaining, and Haskins still the quarterback. Mo Williams hasn't had much today. Carried the ball well a couple of times on the first possession. Harold's still pumped. Just can't stand still down there.
Well, that was an incredible story. School bus hit by a drunk driver going the wrong way on a freeway, and of course the bus caught on fire. And just an incredible story, but what a true winner in a lot of respects. They said he goes out time and time again to talk to young people.
Second down and 7. 4 wide receivers. Billy Jack. And he's got the underneath man, Mo Williams. 12th reception of the year for the sophomore halfback out of Columbus, Georgia. And let's check in with Bob Kessling.
Yeah, you've been watching the game today. You've seen that Kentucky also has a T on its helmet. It's a black T in honor of 3 former Wildcat athletes. Ted Presley, a football player, Trent DeGiro, and a baseball player, Troy Trumbo. All 3 have died since May of 1993. And I guess it kind of sums up what has been such a devastatingly disappointing season for this Kentucky program, but they honor 3 of the former Wildcat teammates by the T on the back of the helmets.
And that went out to the right side. Trevor Hippolyte, a true freshman out of Rockledge, Florida, with the reception. Yeah, Bob, and to tag that story, we've mentioned it earlier today, some outstanding men at the control, though, of the Kentucky football program. Bill Curry and C.M. Newton. They can get it back. We'll see how long it takes. A program that was in a bowl game a year ago, about to go 1-10. With those 10 losses coming in a row. And they were on a high back on September 3rd. They won the Governor's Cup when they beat Louisville 2014. And getting loose and shaken down to the 35-yard line is Mo Williams. Corey Gaines, the free safety, had to make one of the few tackles the Tennessee secondary has made today.
Yeah, this is splitting the line. Good block out there. You see 69. That's Barry Jones coming in there. Good out block. And I'll tell you right now, the offensive line of Kentucky's got a little bit of a bounce. They came back to the huddle clapping hands saying, hey, let's see if we can get a score in here.
Maybe seeing Harold Dennis on the field did something to them. 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. And a quick give to Raymond McLaurin, the sophomore wingback. In the East, Tennessee really had no chance to catch Florida. The Gators, of course, clinched last week when we were down there for their victory over South Carolina. Carolina handling Clemson pretty well today, so it appears they'll go 6-5 and find a bowl. And there's the situation in the West as Bama and Auburn get together today.
Hasn't Mississippi State been a real surprise this year?
Well, they could have beaten Bama last week, too. But a guy named Barker got in the way. Out to the left side, it's Trevor Hippolyte again. Alabama's rated 4th in the AP poll this week. Florida 3rd, Auburn 6th. SEC, the only league with 3 of the top 6 teams in the country.
Now this is a good pass out to the flat. All of a sudden, this Billy Jack says, hey, wait a minute. I want my chance. Good out pattern, good clearance there from the corner. Look the ball in. Those are kind of plays that they needed early in this football game. Get uncranked, get their offense in gear so they didn't put so much pressure on their defense.
He's 4 for 8 throwing the football. First down at the 21 of Tennessee. And lifting up way too early, Mark Askin, the right tackle.
Boy, that's so tough when you're a big offensive lineman like Askin is, and you're kind of sitting back there and all of a sudden you kind of just fall out of your stance.
Right tackle, offense, still first down.
Hey, now, what's with these college referees now saying the position? They're not supposed to identify those guys. I thought that kind of embarrassment was saved for the pros.
You know what? We've got to pick a player of the game, don't we, pretty soon?
I think we've got a surprise in store for you.
Yeah. Well, I think so.
1st and 15 with 3:04 remaining. Out of the gun. Haskins waiting. Ball was tipped and then off the hands of the intended receiver, number 33, Jebron Farah, a junior split end. Seeing some rare playing time here toward the end of the season. And defending on the play was Heath Smargesso.
A lot of players get a lot of chance to play today, and that's really great.
4 wide receivers on 2nd and 15 from the Tennessee 26.
Hey, where'd our crowd go? This place was jammed a few minutes ago. It's just you and me here and a few other friends.
Haskins out to the right side, and the ball caught by Ray McLaurin, the wingback. He'll get out of bounds down around the 21-yard line with 2:51 remaining. Yeah, it sounds like the Neyland Library right now, not Neyland Stadium.
You know something I heard, I was asked to make a reference to? It's Neyland. It's not Neyland. Some people have called in and said, hey, the announcers are saying that wrong, but it's actually pronounced Neyland. Of course, one of the great coaches ever. The General.
Yes, sir. 3rd down and 5. Haskins with a quick drop. Can he escape? Gets it away. It's in the area of Raymond McLaurin. He was in the grasp, his jersey was, of Bill Duff. Duff is the 3rd string right tackle behind Leland Taylor, who's been ejected, and another redshirt freshman like Duff is, Trey Teague. A 4th down play coming up with 2:43 remaining.
Well, I bet you old Billy Jack was sitting there saying, I'm not going to get in today. I'm just going to sit here, wait for my little turn next year. Maybe I'll get a chance in spring. And all of a sudden, Bill Curry said, hey, get in there and take a few snaps and see what you can do in game action.
Hey, those guys out of Paducah, they want to play. Great program there at Tillman High School. Out of the gun, 4th and 5. And it's picked off at the line of scrimmage. Billy Barron. Down to the 40. There are flags all over the place. And the Tennessee bench is mobbing their redshirt freshman, Billy Barron.
Hey, that was pretty good speed there. Look at him. He's exhausted. He can't get up off the ground. Oh, boy.
They love his potential. He's out of River Ridge, Louisiana, Rummel High School. They think he's going to be a big-time player here.
Well, we could have had him in the Oxford Challenge.
On the run back, blocking below the waist, on the receiving team, 1st down.
Well, he doesn't care. He got the pick.
What a thrill. Catch that football and take off running. Look at him. Look how tired he is. He's doing some deep breathing.
6'3", 271. He was a high school All-American in River Ridge, Louisiana.
And he's saying, Coach, if I had gotten to the outside, I was gone.
2:31 remaining. Lance Wheaton with another series. And the give is to Ronnie Pillow, the freshman running back out of Columbia, Tennessee. Volunteers will go to 6-4. They'll go 4-3 in SEC play with a date at Vandy across the state. Next Saturday, we'll be there to bring it to you on Thanksgiving weekend.
How close did James Stewart get? Maybe we can get a little update on that, see how many yards Stewart got. 143 yards, I believe he got today.
There's Pillow again. And he needed 227, so he'll need about an 80-85 day next week to become the all-time leading Tennessee rusher. Charlie Garner was only here for 2 years, and he got into the top 4 with 2,089 yards. First down at the 32 with 1:30 remaining. And the give off the right side for Neil Kearney, number 35, a senior, getting a little playing time here out of Kingport.
Now what they ought to do is take the names of all the people who have stayed for the game. When you get a score like this, 52-0, you take the names of all the people who have stayed and you say, now they are real volunteers. They're people that stick it out.
Hey, there's some folks still hanging around with blue on, too, from Lexington.
I know, that's true. Look over there.
2nd down and 9. In the last minute, Pillow. And wrapping him up was Lamont Smith, who's the 3rd-string guy at the Buck linebacker spot. And Philip Fulmer, I asked him yesterday what he took out of this season with the slow start when they were 1-3. He said, we know now that we can fight back, and we'll have a lot of experience on this team for 95 based on that slow start and the way we battled back, and now they could be headed for 7-4.
Well, it's so hard when you lose a quarterback to regroup. And they did. They regrouped quickly.
And Billy Williams was hurt in that game. Ronnie Pillow tackled from behind by Reggie Rusk. He almost broke it at midfield. A 14-yard play. And that'll just about do it. There are 14 seconds left on the clock. The officials will restart it, and maybe one more play. Looks like the Vols are just going to stand around, take off the helmets, and that will be it. 52-0 Tennessee. And the beer barrel will stay in Knoxville for another year. And toting it around is Kevin Mays, the senior, the only senior on that offensive line. We're back to Knoxville in a moment.
With its high-powered V8 engine, this Lincoln Town Car can get you wherever you're going very quickly indeed. But with an all-new interior that's been completely redesigned to be more accommodating and luxurious than ever, what's your hurry? Unless, of course, you happen to be on your way to your Lincoln dealer. The 1995 Lincoln Town Car. What a luxury car should be.
Tired of pants that wrinkle? Try wrinkle-resistant casuals in 100% cotton from Lee.
This car is equipped with just about every safety device available today, like safety glass, airbag, seat and shoulder belts. And the Nationwide Insurance Company fought for every one of them. Unfortunately, the safety device that saves the most lives was ignored.
No, thanks. I'm driving.
Your Nationwide insurance agent urges you not to drink and drive.
You're an American. You've got the right to play bingo, the right to monster truck rallies, and the right to big, juicy burgers. So what happened? Someone slaps a low price on a fried little burger and calls it a deal? That's un-American. You have the right to go to Burger King. The right to get a Whopper, plain broiled, not fried. And the right to get that Whopper any size you want, with fries and a drink. Starting at just $1.99. It's all there in the Constitution. Look it up.
Burger King. Get your burger's worth.
52-0 Tennessee decisively and then some over Kentucky today at Neyland Stadium. James Littleman Stewart, 143 yards on the ground for the Volunteers. He's one of our players of the game today. And how about this one? Harold Dennis of Kentucky plays for the first time ever, and he's one of our Burger King players of the game. As part of our Players of the Game Award Scholarship Program, Jefferson Pilot Sports will donate $2,000 to the Southeastern Conference to be distributed among its member institutions. Tennessee, 52-0. And a fond farewell to Harold Dennis. Maybe we'll see you down the road next year. We're back in a minute.
Problem. Your home's been a bit drafty lately. Solution? Go to Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse. Lowe's has the storm doors, insulation, heaters, and fireplace accessories, everything to keep you toasty all winter long while saving you energy and money. Plus, nobody beats our prices guaranteed. So, how do you keep winter from leaving you cold? Lowe's, because Lowe's knows home improvement.
Okay, I'm at BP talking to cars about Super 93. So how do you feel?
Oh, much cleaner, refreshed.
You feel cleaner?
We don't have all of that garbage that goes up through the fuel injectors.
Keeps the fuel injectors a lot cleaner. You know, it's better for the engine.
You want me to show you how I run when I had a 93 in me?
Yeah.
Just that smooth.
Well, there you have it. 9 out of 10 cars, when asked, recommend BP Super 93. BP on the move.
I purr like a kitten.
That's great.
Today's Lee Apparel SEC Game of the Week has been brought to you by Lee Apparel, maker of regular, relaxed, and easy fit jeans and casual pants. Lee is the brand that fits. By your Southeast Mercury dealers, who invite you to take a good look at a whole new mystique about the South, the new Mercury Mystique, on sale now. By BC Powder. No matter where you're hurting, nothing works faster than BC Powder. By Burger King, home of Whopper values. Get your burger's worth at Burger King. And by Nationwide Insurance. Check the yellow pages for the Nationwide agent nearest you.
Tennessee 52-0 today. They came in averaging 380 yards a game total offense. Today they go for 471. We're back with more after a word from your local SEC station.
A word from the new Dodge. Dodge Caravan is America's #1 choice in minivans. And only your friendly Dodge dealer has so many to choose from. The new Dodge. A word from the new Dodge. With the most powerful overall lineup of engines on the planet, Dodge Ram is changing the rules for trucks. Your friendly Dodge dealer will gladly provide a test drive at America's truck stop, the new Dodge.
We're Mr. Transmission, a division of Transmission USA, keeping you going wherever you go, across the street or across the country. We solve transmission problems and keep them from happening. At Mr. Transmission, you'll never pay more than the job's worth. Mr. Transmission. A division of Transmission USA, the fastest growing network of transmission specialists in America, keeping you going wherever you go.
Taste Rally's new barbecue bacon cheeseburger.
Barbecue bacon cheese. All right, let's look at this puppy out here, see what she's got on it.
Girl, I love melted, not just on there.
That's good barbecue sauce, too.
The burger is outstanding because it's not dry.
Crispy bacon. What is this? Are these onion rings on here? Whoever thought put onion rings on a hamburger?
It's a meal all wrapped up in one.
This is good. What was this called again? Barbecue bacon cheese. Limited time only.
Welcome to Rally's. You've stopped at the right place.
Volunteers winning big at home today, and next week we'll see them wrap up their season on the road over in Nashville. Volunteers and Commodores of Vanderbilt at 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central next week on our Lee Apparel SEC Game of the Week. And Dave Rowe, they looked awfully tough today.
Oh, they ran the ball well. They passed the ball well. And a lot of players got a lot of playing time, and they're going to really roll into this last game.
Jefferson Pilot Sports production staff outfitted by Lee Apparel, the brand that fits. You've been watching Jefferson Pilot Sports exclusive coverage of SEC football. For Bob Kessling and Dave Rowe, Bob Carpenter, so long from Knoxville.
What makes a Dairy Queen frozen birthday cake so special? First of all, it's made with lots and lots of delicious Dairy Queen chocolate and vanilla soft serve, everybody's favorite. Plus, there's a layer of chocolate fudge and chocolate crunch. But the icing on the cake is you can get it decorated our way or your way. We treat you right, Dairy Queen. And to top off a terrific turkey dinner, nothing beats a Dairy Queen Thanksgiving cake.
UPS, the largest package delivery company in the world, has the part-time employment opportunity you've been looking for. These part-time jobs offer promotional opportunities, in-depth training, and convenient work schedules. UPS has immediate openings for loading and unloading. Day and night shifts are available, and you can earn $8 per hour. It's hard work, it's challenging, it's great experience. It's time to call the UPS Job Hotline, 359-1877, or go to Department for Employment Services located at 5800 Fern Valley Road. UPS is an equal opportunity employer.
What do you look for when you need insurance? Price, service, financial strength? Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance has all of these. Our A++ rating based on financial strength is received by only 4% of all insurance companies. With offices in every county, you'll receive fast, friendly service. And with our multi-policy discount, you get the best price for your insurance dollar. Proudly celebrating 50 and 75 years of service, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Kentucky Farm Bureau Federation.
The real issues in the bridge debate, Monday on Nightcast.
We now join our regularly scheduled program, already in progress.